Hello everyone, good morning. How are you? I'm Devasmita. Welcome back to the another topic that is the Tillam theory. Today I am going to discuss with you the Tillam theory. Before we start about the topic Tillam theory, let's know about the what is Tillam. Uh, Here you can see this slide. First, what is Tillam? Tillam the name Tillam means actually the simple ultimate terminal portion of the dichotomously branch axis. That's the term as the Tillam. What does mean here? You can see this diagram. Here you can see this diagram. This is Tillam. We know about this. There are two different kinds of the plants, that is monocot plants and the dicot plants. In dicotyledon plants, it means there is two bifurcating axes arise from the new cotyledonary stage. So this is known as the dichotomously branched axis, and the terminal portion it may be leaves, and the terminal portion of the branch axis is known as the dichotomously branch axis is known as the tilum. Here you can see this person, this person and this person, these are the tilums. It means it's the terminal portion of any is of the dichotomously branch axis, and this is known as the tila. So let's start with the topic Tillam theory. Tillam means the simple ultimate terminal portion of the dichotomously branch axis, and this was given by the Zimmermann, scientist Zimmermann, in 1930. There are, according to their position and according to their appearance of the tilums, this is known as, and it is differentiated into two types. Before we going to the types of the tilums, I just inform you that here this you see this diagram here. One second. Yes, this one. You can see these are the terminal portion, and this one is the these are the terminal portion of the dichotomously branch axis. It means it is bifurcating. Here you can see this type of the condition showing here, and this is known as the tilum. It means the terminal portion of the branch axis. Here it are two different kinds of the tilums present here. One is sterile tilum, another one is the fertile tilums. Here you can see that this one is the sterile tilum and this one is the fertile tilum. So why this is known as the sterile tilum and this one is the fertile tilum? Because of the presence and absence of the fertile part. It means ki reproductive parts. That's sterile tilums we called as the dichotomously branch axis as the sterile on the basis of their presence and absence of the terminal sporangia. In case of the sterile tilum, it cannot bear the terminal sporangia. Here you can see these. You can see that there is no terminal sporangia. So this is known as the sterile tilum. But in case of this one, that is the fertile tilum, here it consists of the dichotomosely branch axis that consists of the terminal sporangia. You can see this. Yes, so according to their position or according to their carrying fertility of the branch axis, it is differentiated into either sterile tilum and fertile tilums. Let's then here you can see that in the stem person, this dichotomously branch axis, either it may be sterile, it may be fertile. Both the dichotomously branch axis that joined that joined at the stem axis. Both the dichotomously branch axis, like sterile tilum and fertile tilum, both are joined in the stem axis. This is known as the mesum. So what we call that? That is mesum. You can see this here. Is the previous slide here. Okay. The two telom of a dichotomizing axis are united below at the point of the dichotomy to form the fuse-like structure that's called as the meson. Here we see that this person is the mesons. Sorry. In case of the dichotomous branch axis, we know this person, see that this is the meson person. This one is the meson person. Clear everybody? This one is the meson. It means ki the dichotomously branch axis, one is sterile and fertile, both are joined in the below. This is known as the meson. You can see this. This is the sterile telom and this is the fertile telom. In between this and in the medial axis, there is the presence of the stellar organization or steels. It may be protosteel, haplosteel, merosteel, and stellar organization. It means ki it may be xylem, phloem. These are all these things present in between this. Okay, and comes to the next slide. Then it is of the two types in the presence of on the basis of their telom, like sterile telom and fertile teloms. I have already discussed with you. One is sterile telom. Why this is known as the sterile telom? Because of this is otherwise known as the vegetative telom. This is vegetative telom. We know that vegetative means there is no terminal sporangia. This telom, they have no terminal sporangia, so we call that the phyllodes or vegetative telom. In case of the fertile telom, we have already seen that in the fertile telom there are terminal that carry the terminal sporangia, so we call that fertile telom or the fertile truss. And whether it is mixed telom, it means ki both the telom, either it may be fertile telom and sterile telom, both are present in the dichotomously branch axis, then it is known as the mixed telom. Then comes to the according to Zimmerman, origin of higher land plants, how the land plants are originated from the lower plants. Basically, we know that first there in the earth. In the earth there are unicellular so many divisions of the unicellular organisms or unicellular cells that converted into the multicellular organism or multicellular cells. In case of the telom theory, according to the Zimmerman, what he has said that according to Zimmerman, the primitive vascular land plants, vascular land plants, it means ki here the presence and absence of vascular plants. It means ki vascular system like the xylem and phloem, these are known as the vascular system, vascular tissue. Whether it is present, it is known as the vascular plants, or it is absent, then it is non-vascular plants. So according to Zimmerman, what he said that the primitive vascular land plants have the originate from the unicellular green algae. We know the most of the cases the green algae that contains it may be unicellular, it may be multicellular. Here he said that the unicellular the higher vascular land plants derived from the unicellular green algae. Then repeated division in the unicellular that leads to the develop into the large undifferentiated cells of the parenchymatous tissue and the meristematic tissue. What does mean ki meristematic tissue? It means ki it have the capacity, it have the capability of the rapid division that occurs in the rapid division, and meristematic tissue have the characteristic that it may be continuously divide in the tissue or continuous division of the cell. And this theory is based on the fossil record and synthesizes the major steps in the evolutionary of the vascular plants. It is we the human beings also derived from the monkeys. If we study about the evolution, that lower vascular plants, then higher vascular plants, then then carboniferous period, different types of era, then periods that's come into the evolutionary tense, and finally evolve. Human beings also evolved from the apes and monkeys. According to this theory, all the vascular plants evolve either directly or the indirectly from the simple leafless rhinia types of the ancestral form made up of the sterile and fertile axis. You know this here you can see there's the different types of the various dichotomously branch axis. It may be either sterile and fertile. In case of the rhinia, which is belong to the pterophytes, which are leafless in structure, and this is leafless in structure, and there is no root found because it is the primitive type of pterophytes. Here the root is not developed, the root is not well developed, and rhizoids is present here. So there is a different process in the Tillam theory. According to Zimmerman, these are helps in the evolutionary process, and these are the five main types of the process, different process that leads to the evolutionary process in case of the plants. It means ki lower plants to that modified into higher plants. One is overtopping. Here is the five different main process of Tillam theory, that is the overtopping, planation, syngenesis, reduction, and curvation. These five types of the process that leads to helps in the evolutionary process of the Tillam theory. Okay, let's discuss with the different types of the process. First one is the overtopping. Before we start the slide, before we start the overtopic, I just consider an example, like suppose A is here, just for your understanding. Suppose A is a person and B is a person. So let's start. So A is a person and B is a person. What you have seen here, that A is small. Here the condition is A is the smaller one and thicker one and healthier one, and B is the taller one. B is the taller one and heighter and weaker one. Clear? Then here, in case of the overtopping process, what actually occurs, that in case of in between A and B, if we compare between A and B in the race, between the as a comparison between the in a race, then what should be its result? It means ki B is reached first in the destination points, uh, than A, because we know that B is the taller and weaker and higher than A. Here also, similarly, in case of the overtopping, in case of the dichotomosely branch axis also, that uh, in this process of one of the two dichotomizing branches of an axis become larger. You can see here, one dichotomously branch axis became, this one is the larger, taller, weaker, and grew vertically upward as the main axis, and another one is the, here this one is the shorter one and the thicker one dichotomously displaced laterally. ये बाद में होता है और ये फर्स्ट मूव करता है. In between this dichotomously branch axis and this dichotomously branch axis, if we compare between this one and this one, then this one, weaker one is move faster than the stronger one, and so this is overtopped. This one is overtopped by this one is overtopped, that the second axis, even ki this one is the A axis, this one is the B axis, then A is move faster than the even ki A is grew faster than the B. and this process is known as the overtop. One is overtop, overcrust than the other. And this process of the weaker branch was overtopped by the strong branch. We know that every person, in case if we example in the in case of the person, in case of the branches, anything else, that weaker one and the taller one always overtopped the thicker and smaller one. So this is the overtopping process. Next, consider to the second process, that is the planation process. Suppose here, before we going to the planation process, I just give some example like them. Suppose there is so many once again. Suppose here, suppose here present so many things in spread in different places, like two to only 2 to 3 parts present, but these are in different planes. They spread all over in this area. Here, in case of the planation process, the spreading over what already spread in the organism or in the system, anything else that can placed in a single plane, that can move and modified into a single plane or placed into a single plane, and this process is known as the planation process. Here what he said that that is that equal dichotomizing of a system which have more than one plane is called the cruciate dichotomy, that comes to lie in a single plane. This process is known as the planation process. Clear? Okay. Then comes to the next slide, that is third one is the syngenesis. What does mean ki syngenesis? Syn means mix up. Mix up process is known as the syn, and genesis means the formation. Anything else that different. Suppose here I want to give some example like suppose A and B. If I fused them and formation is the formation of a C. Suppose A is a organism, B is a organism. If I mix up the two organism, then formation of the C organism, that is one organism, or fuse to form another modified organism, even anything else. So in case of the syngenesis process, what it occurs that in case of the syngenesis process, it is the process the telome. In this process, the telome and the mesomes. Telome and the mesome. Telome means the dichotomously branch axis, and the mesome, it means the two dichotomously branch axis were joined together is known as the below in the stem person. This is known as the mesome. Both the telomes and the mesomes come allied into the with a single or the common parenchymatous tissue, and this process is known as the webbing or fusion process. You have already seen that so many leaves in best example in the nature, that in case of the palm, largest leaf, in case of the large leaf, they have suppose here like this this type of the structure, and this process is known as the webbing process. In this process, actually it is a very important process, that is the formation of leaves with the open dichotomous pinnidified and the reticulate venation. In case of the dichotomously branch axis dichotomous plants, we know that in case of the monocots and the dicots, there are two types of the venation, that is one is the reticulate venation, another one is the parallel venation. And in case of the dichotomosly in case of the dichotomous plants, there are the reticulate venation seen, and in case of the monocots, there are parallel venation found. So second one is the polystylic condition found in the Selaginella and some fossil members, that is Selaginella and some fossil members, there are polystylic conditions. What does mean polystylic? More than one stellar organization present, so that is it is known as the polystylic in conditions. Then fourth one is the reduction process. Reduction process means what we want, know about the reduction. It means it is reduced. Last, in case of the syngenesis, we have already seen that the fusion process, then fuse to make a large leaves, even a large organism. In case of the reduction, their size to be reduced into this. Here you can see that this one is the dichotomosely branch axis, and that converted into this type of the needle-like structure. It is known as, for example, pinus needle, casuarina leaf. These are also very reduced form of the leaf. And these are it is involved in the transformation of a scintilla into the single needle like leaf. This process account for the evolution of the simple microphylous leaves of the lycopods. Even here you can see that there are this dichotomosely branch axis, how it converted into the needle like appearance, and this process is known as the reduction process. Clear? Then comes to the next style, that is slide, that is curvation process. What is curvation process? Curvation, it means ki curve ho jana. It means ki turns to bend downwards in bending person is known as the curvation. First, before we start this, I just second. Huh. This is a dichotomously branched axis, and this one is the fertile tilum, because it has carried the terminal sporangia, which is grown in upward direction. Or we can say it as the upward movement of the terminal sporangia. Here you can also see that its structure, how it's organized. It means ki its movement is upward direction, and the sporangia bear in the terminal position of the dichotomosely branch axis. What it occurs in the curvation process? It is of the two types, like recurvation process and incurvation process. For it is in curvation process, it is brought about by unequal growth of the tissue on the two opposite flanks of the tilums, and these are also known as the flanks. It means ki wo bifurcated in condition seen in case of the dichotomosely branch axis and its terminal position. This one is the terminal sporangia bear in this terminal person. So this is known as, and these two flanks, two bifurcating type structure is known as the flanks, and that modified into a recurvation process and incurvation process. In the first, dichotomosely branch axis, the terminal sporangia found in the terminal person, and its move in the upward direction. That modified into, in the recurvation process, what it occurs that in a recurvation process, the terminal sporangia which move upward direction, that bends into the downwards. Here this figure or picture, you can see that how it turns to the recurvation process. Here the terminal sporangia that bend downwards. Clear? And this process is known as the recurvation process. And incurvation process, recurvation process, the terminal sporangia move downwards, that bend downwards. And incurvation process means the shifting of the sporangia to the ventral surface of the leaf in the fern. Maximum cases, we have already seen that if we consider as any pteridophytes or any fern as the fertile fern or fertile leaf of that particular fern, the why this is known as the particular, why this is in which condition we have called that the fertile leaf or fertile fern, that is it appears in the reproductive parts, or develop their reproductive parts, that is the sori or soros. and this appears in the ventral surface of the leaf. It is not of the, suppose this one is the this is the leaf, and this part is the upper surface of the leaf, and this is the dorsal part or upper surface, and this one is the ventral part or the lower surface of the leaf. And here in incurvation process, the spores or the sporangia that develop in the ventral position, it means lower portion of the leaf. So here you can see that different types of the funds. There are the development of the sporangia in the lower portion of the leaf. So there this one is a recurvation process and incurvation process. And here some in the next slide you can see that how different types of the leaves due to evolution. This one is the suppose this one is dichotomously branch axis terminal person. These are the bifurcating in nature, bifurcating type. You can see this. Okay, this one, then this one, and this is the needle like appearance. It is that it is reduced to that the needle like appearance, so that it forms very, you can see that's various types of the lips. So these are the 5 different types of the process of the Tillam theory, and merits and demerits of the Tillam theory and origin of the sporophiles can be uploaded in the next part, or we can discuss with the next video. Okay, let's sum up all of these things, what we have studied today. That is, we study we study Tillam. That is, what is Tillam? Tillam is the dichotomously branch axis, is known as the Tillam. It may be 2 types, that is the fertile Tillam and the sterile Tillam, on the basis of the carrying the terminal sporangia or the reproductive part. One is sterile Tillam. This is known as the sterile Tillam because of there is the vegetative part, or there is no terminal sporangia present. And in case of the fertile Tillam, there are terminal sporangia present, so that this is known as, so that we called as the fertile Tillam. And it is of the various types, like 5 different processes. We have studied the Tillam theory, like overtopping, syngenesis, overtopping, then overtopping, then planation, then syngenesis, reduction, and curvation. In case of the overtopping, we have already known that one is, suppose A and B. A is the thicker one and healthier than, and B is the thin and taller than. Always B is overtopped to A. In case of the planation process, there is in the suppose A, B, C, D, all those things are placed into different places, that comes into a single plane, and placed into a single plane is known as the planation process. Then syngenesis, in process of the syngenesis, there are it means fusion, or this is otherwise known as the weaving process. And in syngenesis process, the dichotomosely branch axis and their lower portion, that is the mesoderm portion, that arise into a single parenchymatous tissue or single parenchymatous region, so that these are known as the syngenesis, wave or webbing or fusion process. Then reduction process, it means the dichotomosely branch axis that spread all over the different planes, that are reduced into a thin layer like structure, or thin reduced in form. This is known as a needle like form, that is known as the reduction process. And incurvation process, it means bending of the curvation, it means curve of the dichotomosely branch axis. And normally the movement of the terminal sporangia, that movement is the upward direction, but in case of the curvation, it is of the 2 types. There is the one is the incurvation, another one is the recurvation. In incurvation process, actually it is bending to the downwards, that is the terminal sporangia bend downwards. And in the recurvation process, incurvation in recurvation, sorry, this is the recurvation process. And incurvation process, the terminal sporangia that shifting to the lower surface of the ventral surface of the leaf. So all these things clear, I think all of you clear about the Tillam theory and merit and demerits. Then we have we will be studied in the next class. Thank you.